Hi, I'm Ellen McCauley. I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. And a couple of weeks ago, I said to the group, if you have any ideas on topics, can you put them in our box where we have a prayer intentions? And I was amazed that a number of people put in self-sabotage. And because a number did, that was the first one that I chose. Now, we've talked in previous sessions about self-sabotage, but that doesn't mean just because we talked about it that we're still not doing it. So tonight we're going to talk about how we sabotage our own weight loss and our own healthy lifestyles and what we can do to turn that sabotage around. The first things I want to talk about is sometimes we think we're doing the right things. Like, I'm not going to eat anything all day because I went to a party Saturday night. Well, the first thing our body does is our metabolism shuts right down. We can't compare ourselves with other people, and there is a certain genetic component. You know, maybe I come from a family that we don't have high blood pressure, we don't have high cholesterol, but we have to fight the battle of the bulge. When you're not eating enough during the day, you slow your metabolism right down. We're cavemen and women. Just because it's 2014, we still have that body that's looking for the food. We have this hunger mechanism that says, wait a minute, there's no food in me, I might be starving, I better hang on to what I get. Even if you don't eat anything all day, and then at night you have a pretty sensible dinner or maybe a snack, your body's still going to hang on to that more than it normally would because it doesn't know if you're going to starve it again tomorrow. One of the things I highly recommend is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a healthy snack if you need one. Watermelon, grapes. Anyone see the special today on blueberry picking? I wanted to not even go to work. I wanted to go to a field and start picking blueberries. I feel like blueberries, with all those antioxidants, they're a gift from God. Because of all the rain we've gotten, the blueberry crop is the best ever. Don't buy frozen blueberries now. Like Diana was saying, now's the time to get fresh blueberries. If you're not drinking enough fluids, it's a form of self-sabotage. Drinking water is one of the easiest ways to turn up your fat burning capacity. Even if you don't say, I don't like water. Imagine yourself on the Sierra Desert after 2 or 3 days. I think you'd like some water then. And it's saying 64 ounces a day. On the food log, there's a little box that says water. And you have 8 ounces, check. 8 ounces, check. You add them all up, it adds up to 64. There's people who are keeping it completely blank. There's people who have 1 check. Now, I really think it's the easiest way. So if something's easy, plus your hair will look better, your skin will shine. Here's another form of sabotage, all or nothing dieting. I can't tell you how many people in this group went to the graduation party Saturday night and lost weight. And maybe they had a piece of cake. Just because you have 1 piece of cake does not mean you have to gain 5 pounds. It means the next day you move a little more, eat a little less. We feel that we have too much, we have to starve ourselves. I've been very guilty of this. It's one of my problems is I'll think, well, I won't eat, I'll only have yogurt on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My body needs constant, I'm re-looking at things, re-looking at proteins, and we're going to talk about it in the group. Starving ourselves turns off our metabolism instead of turning it on. Also, eating too much sugar. We're not having enough proteins, we're not having enough fruits and vegetables, and the culprits usually sugar and refined carbs, all the breads, all the whites, all the chips, all those things. And our body isn't burning the fat anymore because it gets the influx of sugar, and it will use that sugar as energy and promptly stop burning the fat. So cut the sugar. Also, weight training. I want everyone to put on their food log when they spend at least 10 minutes lifting hand weights or doing some sort of weight training. Because either you're not doing it or you're not logging it. How many people did at least 10 minutes once last week of lifting hand weights? Of those people, how many put it on their log? Not everyone. Write it down, have it as a goal to do it 10 minutes a day. Build your muscle. I don't have to tell you this, muscle burns more fat. Here's another thing. One person said, I went for a 4-mile walk, but then I was so hungry, I ate everything in sight. Now, we so often think that, wait a minute, I'm walking 1 or 2 miles a day. Why aren't I losing weight? If we lost weight for every 1 or 2 miles a day we walked, we'd weigh 60 pounds. Our bodies need to walk just to move, just to live. You have to kick it up a notch. If you're walking 1 or 2 miles and you're not losing weight, it's because your body says, this is nice. I got nice cardio going. But if you want to lose weight, you either have to move a little more or eat a little less. Because if you're not kicking it up and eating more, then none of that makes any sense to eat back your exercise calories. Drinking too much alcohol. I know it's a Catholic weight loss group, and I know as Catholics we can have a couple of drinks. It doesn't mean we have to drink every day. Now, I know some people are retired and they say, you know, I want a couple of beers every day. I'm not judging that, because I say to Bob, what about if we're retired? Do you think we'd want to drink every day? You know, because I'm thinking of that. Why not? It's the calories. The calories will kill you. 1 glass of wine a day isn't necessarily bad if it's a 4-ounce glass. But if you're drinking a bottle of wine a day, it adds up. And skipping on protein. There are food logs where I'm digging like Magellan, looking for the lost protein. Wait a minute, maybe that was an all beef hot dog. I mean, I'm looking for the protein. We need to have, you know what I say? Get a package of boneless, skinless chicken breast on Sunday, get out the grill, fire it up, grill all that chicken, cut it into 4-ounce things, put it in baggies. You're hungry, gnaw on 4 ounces of chicken. You don't need to put it on a sandwich. You just can gnaw on it. We do it all the time. We cook our chicken on Sunday. We put it on salads. You need more protein. More protein fights the sugar cravings. So I really, really recommend that. Excuse me. So we're talking about sabotage. So often I hear people say, I'm at a plateau. I'm at a plateau. You're not at a plateau. Maybe 1, maybe 2 people in this group are at a plateau. The rest of you are eating too much and not moving enough. You're not at a plateau if your food log has at least 2 Whoppers with cheese and fries on it. That's not a plateau. You are not. You're lucky that you're staying the same. I'm looking to go for, boy, girlfriend, look at all that food you ate and you're still the same. That's not a plateau. That's God blessing you. You need to really take a look at what you're eating. You might think you're at a plateau if you're eating the same as you ate 20 pounds ago. Maybe you lost 20 pounds. You're doing the same thing. Here's the bad news. You got to keep moving it on. You got to keep changing your plan. Here's one thing that I'm guilty of. You do the same workout routine. I think if I ride my exercise bike 5 miles a day, that's got to be something. 5 miles a day, wow. My body's like, hey honey, you do that every day. I'm sick of it. You need to do something different. You ride your bike one day, walk the next day. You need to do something that makes you, God bless you, a little breathless. That's the hard part. Some of us don't like to be breathless, but our body's burning the fat, our heart's going faster. I'm not saying be so breathless that you can't even talk. Be able to talk. Don't get that breathless. Also, frozen meals, a big one. So many people in the group are still eating the high salt content frozen meals. 1 or 2 a week aren't bad. But write down the sodium one day of everything you eat. And if you're eating more than 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium, that's why you're not losing weight. Salt doesn't have any calories, but it makes you hungry and thirsty. And here's something big. Cottage cheese has a ton of sodium. A ton. So one person was like, all I had was fruit and cottage cheese every day. And why am I the same? And I say, take a look, are you having higher fat? There's a huge difference between the 4% cottage cheese and the skim cottage cheese. You gotta look at everything. Also, fresh meats instead of deli meats. You know what else has a lot of sodium? Ketchup, mustard, dressings, the canned soups. I don't even eat canned soups anymore. Even the low sodium canned soup has, guess what? A ton of sodium. It might be lower than the 2,000 milligrams of the other kind, but it's still got a ton. Sleep. We talk about this every week just about, but Bob and I have been trying. 9:30 sounds so early to me to go to bed. But when you get up at 4:30 and you get up at 5:30, 9:30, you can't be going to bed at 11:30. Your body's not getting enough sleep. And here's another one, crash diet. You're crazy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You don't eat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I had a person who had to leave the group tonight because she didn't eat all day, because she didn't want to gain weight tonight, and she got so dizzy she had to go home. That's not eating less and moving more. Eating less and moving more is being consistently trying over time, so it doesn't matter because each week it'll be the same. Also, here's something else. There's one person who only eats organic foods, and some people only eat gluten-free foods. Organic and gluten-free does not mean they're calorie-free. We need to really be careful about that, because even if you're eating a gluten-free or an organic diet, you still have to look at the calories in and the calories out. But I think the biggest self-sabotage we have in this group is you don't count every calorie. There are logs that there's calorie amnesia. You know, you graze and you just write the salad. You don't write, all the croutons and the meat and the cheese and all that sorts of thing. You're only fooling yourself. If you think you're at a plateau, but you're not counting every calorie, you really aren't at a plateau. I'm going to stop right there, Bob.